Today on The Social, father of 12, Nick Cannon opens up about his decision to take out a $10 million insurance policy on what he refers to as his best assets. And is your poodle killing the moodle? Scott Thompson weighs in after one woman found herself in the doghouse when she kicked her boyfriend's pooch out of the bedroom. Then, a workout with beauty benefits. From tension relief to skin rejuvenation, why face Pilates is all the rage. Plus, best-selling author and neuroscientist Lisa Genova tells us why she wanted to tackle the highs and lows of life with bipolar disorder in her new novel. It all starts now on The Social.
The Social. We made it. We are thrilled to have him back. Comedian and actor Scott Thompson is here. Welcome back. Great to see you. Okay, everybody, in case you haven't heard, father of 12, Nick Cannon.
Oh, yeah.
He is protecting what he says are his most valuable assets. Nick revealed on the Tea Time podcast that he took out a $10 million insurance policy on what, you ask? His testicles. Scott, as the man on the panel, please explain what the heck is going on here.
Are you asking me?
Yes,
I just think that after 12 kids?
12.
Yeah.
I think he's done with those testicles. Yeah. And also,
I hope so.
I think that he should lose them, and I think he's subconsciously asking to be castrated. No, enough already.
Yeah, no,
12 kids.
I'm totally with you.
He actually is being serious at all. I thought to myself, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, and he's just trying to get in the news cycle again. We're talking about it, other people are talking about it too, but it turns out a bunch of celebrities have insured weird parts of their body.
Right.
Like, legitimately.
I heard Scott did.
Did you?
Well, not yet, but I'm thinking of insuring my tongue.
No, but you know what? That would make sense because usually when a person insures a part of their body, it has something to do with their work. Like, say, a singer will get their vocal cords insured. A soccer player will get their legs insured.
Yeah.
But to your point, you've overused that sack, my friend, so I don't know what you're insuring.
I know, well, maybe if you saw it, you'd understand. I wasn't referring to talking.
That's like Gene Simmons. That's Gene Simmons.
I mean, seriously, it's insane.
It's impressive.
Honestly, I could impregnate Nick Cannon with this tongue.
Gosh.
You brought up a memory because you were going to say, like, celebrities.
Well, yeah, because like Dolly Parton, for example, she insured her breasts for...
She actually did?
She did, which is not part of her music career. I mean, it is part of her music career,
but it's not image. But it is part of her image. So
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone knows that there's a famous story that supposedly J-Lo insured her booty for $1 million.
I'm not sure about that one,
And you know, and I mean, she put that to bed a long time ago. Yeah. She was on Carpool Karaoke with James Corden, and he asked her, and she's like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And when it comes to ridiculous, I just think to myself, what's the motivation, Nick, aside from probably keeping himself in the news cycle?
Yeah.
And something tells me, this is just a theory based on zero evidence, other than ever since his marriage ended with Mariah Carey, where I think maybe he felt there was a bit of inequality in the relationship, because Mariah Carey is the diva. She's a multi-millionaire, the world loves her, no one's gonna touch her as a diva. And then there's Nick Cannon. I mean, great guy, talented, I guess, but you're no Mariah Carey.
What does he do?
I know, but
What does he do?
No, wait. Honestly,
Exactly.
Wait. Before we go down that, before we go down that road, he is very successful. He is an executive at Nickelodeon. He was a child actor. He does a lot of stuff. He has his own shows on networks. He does.
Okay, so but he's not Mariah.
He's not Mariah.
I don't know if it's about money, though.
But he pursued Mariah and had her name tattooed on his back at one point.
I also think that there's a part of me, though, that's because to me this reeks of toxic masculinity. But to me, it's like thou doth protest too much. It's almost like if you felt so secure in your manhood, you've got 12 kids, it's all worth working, clearly.
Yeah.
Why are you going and doing this over and over and over? He says he wants to keep having more children.
You know what? There's a trend on TikTok right now. It's like, I needed a hug, but instead I did this. And I feel like someone needs to stop and give Nick a hug and be like, instead of making all these children, just be like, bring it in. Bring it in, Nick. Just give me a hug.
I think that there's like, you know, obviously people are not having babies like they used to. But when they talk about that, they don't want Nick to have any more.
No.
They want other people to have babies.
Yeah.
That's not
Correct.
Nick.
Take that energy and take care of those children and see them every single day and drop them off at school and make their lunch and pick them up after school and take them to soccer. Put that energy into that.
Okay, enough.
All right, so let's move on because I'm sick and tired of Nick's testicles.
Oh, good.
All right, let's take a look at this. A little number, it's an AI-generated image of a leather handbag made out of dinosaur DNA. Now, researchers are reportedly aiming to develop the material by the end of the year using fossilized dinosaur collagen. So, would you buy a T-Rex purse? Yeah, okay, we got a couple people over here.
Wow.
Interesting.
50-50.
Maybe they want to know what that costs first. I'm just trying to imagine a scenario where I'm at a party, let's say, and I see someone with a great look, and I'm like, oh, walk up to her and be like, oh, what's that purse? Like, where'd you get that from? And her going, oh, it's made out of dinosaur DNA. And would I think that that's a cool flex or like a totally weird loser flex?
I would turn around and walk away. I mean, come on. I wouldn't really buy any purse, but if I was getting anything made of T-Rex skin with a loincloth. That's, you know,
where you going, Scott?
I mean, caveman vibes.
We're trying to keep the show on the air, Scott. Where you going with that one?
A loincloth. There's nothing dirty about that, is it?
No.
Depends on how you use it.
And how would you use it?
A loincloth is it's like a washcloth. It's to clean the loins.
Okay.
Right?
So you would like a T-Rex inspired loincloth to clean your
loins.
Okay. Okay.
Or other people's loins if they got dirty. Oh, I know leather is not the greatest, you know, absorbent material.
Fair.
So I'd have to take a long time cleaning those loins.
Yeah, okay. We didn't need the hand motion, but I got you. I'm with you.
I just think I'm going to call out that this is a little bit of snake oil or maybe T-Rex oil because scientists, don't forget, this is a company that's trying to make money. And then there was a bunch of scientists that were asked about this. Paleontologists whose job it is to research T-Rexes, right?
Right.
And they have said they're very suspect of this whole endeavor because there is, the only thing that scientists have had in terms of DNA is from bone. It's like it's not even actually DNA. It's some kind of derivative of like a T-Rex bone. To make leather, you need to have DNA from skin. They do not have that. It doesn't exist. So that's why the scientists are saying, save your money. This sounds like a scam. This sounds like a scam. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, do they have any skin that they could use? Like,
of any animal?
yeah, like, I mean, from like an ancient animal.
It's a good question.
Any
Like a woolly
dinosaurs?
Like a mammoth?
Yeah, like a mammoth. Wouldn't you rather have a mammoth purse?
Yeah, maybe.
I didn't mean that in any dirty way.
I just feel like
But it
humanity,
did sound...
where is humanity going that this is what we want? That, you know what, we have a prehistoric animal that died millions of years ago, and we're like, let's bring it back and let's make a handbag and put stuff in it.
I agree.
Like, to me, it's just like, where are we going, human? We have to look at ourselves in the mirror and go, what's going on? First Nick Cannon, now this. Like, okay, we need to regroup.
But would you like them to bring back a dinosaur? Would you like that?
No, I've watched all the movies. Apparently, it's not a very good idea.
Doesn't go well, does it?
No, it doesn't work out. Yeah.
We just leave well enough alone. I think that's the saying. After the break, everybody. Apparently, we just really like animals on this show. After the break, we'll ask the question, do pets belong in the bedroom? Because one woman, she's in the doghouse after she kicked her boyfriend's dog out for just a little alone time while her and her partner did the thing. Anyway, we'll discuss more after this.
Tomorrow on The Social, grow your own food and your bank account. Money expert Melissa Leong tells us how to save on groceries with an at-home garden.
All right, we are back. We are on social media as well, so if you'd like to engage with us online, do it. We've got Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We'd love to hear from you.
So someone wrote to the Toronto Star's advice column saying, my boyfriend has a small dog who sleeps on the bed. Most of the time that's not a problem, but I don't want her in there when we're having sex. Am I wrong? Pets in the bedroom, Scott. What do we think? Yay or nay?
Oh,
Do you have a pet?
I have 2 cats.
Okay.
And
where do they sleep?
Well, they actually do sleep in my bed.
Okay.
And if they saw me having sex again, and it's been so long that I'd want them to see it because I want it to be documented. I want them to take pictures of it, and I want them to post it.
Yep.
So people go, oh, look, he's still got it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I would want.
I don't know about you, but dogs aren't dumb. And I had to kick my dog out of the bedroom a long time ago, A, because of allergies, and B, you know, every dog, even though if they're the family pet, they have their one person. Most of them still have their one person. So when they see that act happening, they're not like, oh, what's happening? It's, you're killing my person.
Yeah.
My dog thinks someone's killing me. And there are noises, which she's a Doberman. She's a Doberman, and she's like, I will kill you.
Well.
And so.
What's Ryan doing to you over there, girl?
Begs the question.
What is he doing to you,
Begs
Melissa?
the question.
What is this man doing? Do we need to call the police? What is happening in that bedroom? That the dog is activated. Do tell. On the table right now, ma'am.
Anybody else?
Listen, I have a small dog, and I think this is very weird because, okay, first of all, your girlfriend wants to have sex with you. And all she's asking is that you take the little dog and put it outside for a minute, and he's protesting? That's the problem, sister. You got to check into that. That's the thing. But I had a very small dog for a long time, and I'm very grateful. I got great advice when I got her, and they like, do not let your dog, especially she was very cute, don't let her sleep in your bed because in her mind, that is her bed, and she doesn't care what's going on in your life. That is her bed. So if you want to have sex, she's like, that's nice. This is my spot. You know, they do the circle and then they plop themselves. You know, they like to clean themselves. So I was told a long time ago, if you want to continue to have sex in that bedroom, you got to put your dog somewhere else. So.
Okay, but how did you do? I mean, maybe dogs are different from cats, but like I had a cat, Sally Hot Dog, R.I.P. But he would pick. We had a cat bed. Instead, he would be in my partner, in the towel basket. Like he picked every place in our bed to be. Except
because your cat was running the house. As cats do.
Is that what it was?
Well, maybe.
Does your cat
I don't know,
stay
you can
in a
train a
particular
cat.
spot?
Well, I also have an aquarium, so.
Are they looking at you?
Well, the goldfish does like to watch. And I probably shouldn't keep it in the bedroom. I think it's about the sex of the animal. Is the little dog? Is it a girl dog?
She's a female.
So she's jealous.
Oh, good point.
I think a boy dog might have gone. You know, they're just like, you know,
or cheering him on.
They know what's going on, dude. I get what's happening. You know, I applaud it.
But the girl's like, not in my bed.
No, I think that's what it is, and I also think she's size shaming the dog. I think if it was a big sexy Doberman, she might have a different feeling. I'm sorry, but a Doberman's a good-looking dog.
Yeah, they are. They are.
It's a good-looking dog, people.
Okay, it is a good-looking dog. All right, so let's move on to our next one. They say birds of a feather flock together, and dozens of people flocked to Belgium on Sunday to compete in the annual European Seagulls Screeching Championship. Take a look. On this, anyone want to give it a try?
A try? No, I don't do seagull.
Come on, you got it in you.
I don't do seagull, but I do seal.
Okay.
You do seal.
I do seal.
She's gonna do it.
She's gonna do it. She's gonna do seal. She's gonna do seal. Okay, let's see it.
Oh no, okay.
That's a dying seagull over there.
How about a dolphin?
That's good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah? Thank you. Thank you.
A for effort.
Thank you.
What about you, Scott? You got one? You got a noise in you?
That might be a reason to go to Belgium.
Yeah.
Finally, a reason to go. I don't know. Like if I was imitating a seagull, I would first of all I'd steal like a French fry.
Yeah.
Then I would eat a rat whole.
Yeah.
And then I would poop on your head.
Yeah, that's what they do. But do you think would you try it on national television when you try to make the noise?
No.
Come on, you're an actor.
No one would ever
you're
sleep with
talent.
me again.
I mean, maybe they will sleep with you if they hear your best seagull.
You think that turns?
Let's try
on?
it. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh man.
No, don't make him do this.
I don't even know. What do they do?
Just you've heard seagulls before. Just.
I don't know. I can't do it.
I have no
much better
skills
about
for
my
that.
I know, I was like, never mind, Scott, sorry.
No one wants to hear a seagull. Like, honestly, the only time they're a shrill animal, right?
They're very shrill,
What a nice, like, of all the bird sounds, it is the least.
But that's why they're doing the contest.
But what? They said they were trying to bring sexy back to seagulls. There's no sexy in seagulls ever at all. So I don't know.
Can you do a seagull? Come on.
No, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to get good at that. I don't even know where. I don't want.
Not even if we all cheer you on? Not even if we all...
I have my standards.
Yeah, I agree.
Doing it.
Oh
What
my
I think
gosh.
is really sweet is the boy who won it is 10 years old, and he's won it 2 years in a row.
Good.
Okay,
So
good.
he's found his talent very young in
Aim
life.
higher.
He'll be in his
Small boy.
parents.
I
He'll be in his
agree.
parents' basement for the rest of his life with that skill.
We'll see.
I'm sorry, but like that is like that kid is headed to becoming a furry, and I'm not for that.
Don't Google that.
He is 2 steps to being a furry. So stop, get out while you can.
You're right, and that's why we're throwing a break, which is great, everybody. How to make your bed without getting out of it. So there's a viral TikTok. We're going to show you the TikTok after the break that's dividing the internet, and then you can have your say after this. We'll be back.
This year, the Met Gala's giving us super fine style, tailored just for you. From our favorite fashion moments on the world's hottest stars,
Her looks, the hair, the face, the pose.
I mean, I obviously co-signed that choice.
It's literally a work of art.
to the riskiest looks on the steps.
Maybe that was done on purpose, just to look a little bit more avant-garde.
I didn't want to say that. I'm so glad you did.
I did.
Isn't there rumors that Anna Wintour sort of stepped in? Because it could have gone sideways.
RSVP to fashion's biggest night. Celebrate the Met Gala with us, May 6th on The Social.
All right, so a guy made his bed, and now he wants to lie in it. This TikToker has gone viral for explaining how he makes his bed without even getting out of it. So you're seeing how he's doing it, okay? So his feet haven't touched the floor yet, and he makes the bed before even getting out of it. Okay, is this totally genius, or gross, or lame, or fake? What is happening here? What do we think?
Well, I think it's all of those things, starting with the fact that he's wearing his socks.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, he's wearing his socks. It's
that's a no-no.
already, that's such a no-no.
That's a no-no.
I mean, why doesn't he sleep in his clothes with a feeding tube if he's really, you know what I mean? Like, he's like well on his way to like long-term care.
Yeah.
So he'll do very well when he's very old.
Yep, absolutely. I just feel like this is what happens when parents give their kids, or the schools give the kids a trophy for doing anything. Like, he thinks this is a flex. Like, look at how I can make my bed and I'm still in it.
I know.
What's next? Are you gonna turn your underwear inside out, or brush your teeth with your finger, or you know, maybe you're gonna fix your hair with your saliva? This is not a flex. But he's so proud of himself. He's
I
like,
know.
look, everybody, and it's like, you are a walking dating red flag, my friend. But have at it. Enjoy yourself with you in your bed and your double bed up against that wall. Knock yourself out. Love it.
I'm going to defend this kid for a second. I just think, listen, I live in a household with 2 males, and if they did this at some point in time, it's better than it is right now, because they're not doing any of it. They're not making the beds. I don't need hospital corners. I just need it to look presentable. So I don't care how you do it, just do it.
Right.
That's all.
To me, it just looks like it's way harder the way he did it than it does if you just get out of the bed and go like this.
Tuck it.
Do you see he's doing like yoga moves? He's like he's doing all because he doesn't want his feet to touch the floor. So I just think you've just created a much harder situation.
Is it because it's up against the
But this is what I'm going to say.
almost?
Exactly.
No, yeah.
First of all,
That's
I don't
hard.
even think that this is real, because that looks like a cot bed that you pull out for the guests. So I think that this guy's just faking it to try to go viral. All you have to do, sir, is pull the bed away from the wall, and you can get onto the other side. And fix
You know
that
what?
bed in the bed.
I love that you said that, and you can tell you've been married for a long time, because I've met a lot of men, and that is very real, that bedroom situation. Oh, yeah. I was like, no, that seems very real. It's actually that bed is usually held up by empty shoe boxes. That's usually what's missing underneath.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck to him.
Remember how you clean the loins?
Yeah. We start from the bottom, Scott, and then we work our way up.
Speaking of which, Scott, you are currently touring a comedy show called The Last Glory Hole.
Oh, yes.
This is a one-man show, and
Yes.
that sounds very difficult, is it?
It's very difficult. I'm on my, well, first of all, getting people to say the title is the most difficult part, or show the picture. Even though it's nothing to do with what you think, you should get your minds out of the gutter. It's a religious reference to the Vatican and the chimney when the smoke comes out. It's about the new pope, people. That's the glory hole. I don't know where.
What we're thinking about, we're the ones that are disgusting. Absolutely.
It is very hard. I'm on my own, so like I'm traveling and I'm doing a lot of driving, so. I had to drive from Phoenix to Denver, and I'd go through the mountains, and it took me 3 days. I was like white knuckling it, and by the time I got there, and they have no guardrails in Colorado, they're too cool for it. So, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but you have a delay, right?
Oh, no, don't go there.
No, I'm not saying anything bad.
Just say it, say it.
I am. It's funny as hell, but you won't show it. But for the audience, by the time I got through the mountains, my cigar cutter had returned to its factory settings. Think about it, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now do you get it?
Yeah,
No.
we got it. Scott, listen.
See, I know how to avoid the censors.
I got you.
I've been doing it for a long time.
I got you.
We're so glad you
I got you.
Scott, we're so glad you were able to come back. Scott, we're so able to come back to guardrails in Canada to keep you safe.
Yes.
So thank you. Congrats
I need
on the
guardrails
tour.
on a talk show.
Yes, you do.
It's true.
Every producer says, give that guy guardrails.
Yes, you do.
Let's tell the viewers, everybody, don't miss Scott Thompson on tour. He will be in Toronto. That is on May the 24th at Annabelle's.
Yeah.
Tickets are available at newscottlandland.com. Okay, newscottlandland.com. That's exactly. Did I get it right?
That is it, yeah.
I got it right. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks so much.
Okay, on the other side of the break, I bet you Scott wishes he was staying for this, but he's not. But face Pilates is next. We'll be back.
If listening to Sunrise on the Reaping, the prequel to the Hunger Games, has taught me anything, it's this. Hamish Abernathy and I have a lot in common. Every single day, he survives the dangers of the arena. And every single day, like Mondays and Fridays, I survive the dangers of hosting a live television show. Take Hamish's weapons of choice. He's got his smarts. Me too. He's got his knife, spear, and blowtorch. I've got my makeup brushes. Hamish's mentor gave him solid advice about survival. My producers do this for me every single day.
Okay, so Jess, after question 2, you're gonna take a bite of the donut, okay?
So we're gonna take a bite.
Okay, yeah. Okay. What are you doing?
Take a bite. Come and take a bite.
That's not a normal bite. Why can't you eat like a normal person?
What's a normal bite? Timing is everything for Hamish. Move too fast, move too slow, and bam, it's over. Tell me about it. If I throw the break too early, your screen goes black. If I throw too late, I don't know what happens, but it ain't good. That's all the time we have for today on the show. Tomorrow on the show, we've got some people coming in to do it. We've got is a polar bear, and then someone else is coming up, and then we're gonna keep going. We'll see you next time. Bye. We did it. You know, from the very beginning, Hamish was set up to fail, but he did not. He survived. He fought. That's what us heroes do.
Welcome back. With National Pilates Day around the corner, did you know? We are actually celebrating strength and movement, but with a twist. You've heard of Pilates for the body, but what about Pilates for your face?
Crazy. It's called Face Pilates, and it's being buzzed about as a blissful, non-invasive alternative to injectables. And here to explain and walk us through a treatment is the founder of Face Pilates and Amon Spa, Thom. Tullo. Welcome to the show. Good to have you here.
Hi.
Okay,
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, before we dive in, can you just explain what is Face Pilates?
Yeah, of course. So truly, I would like to say it's not a facial. That's a lot of the misconception. It's a massage by an RMT for your face.
Okay.
So it's 75 minutes. There's 8 steps included. So we do reflexology, fascial stretch therapy, 2 types of lymphatic, a bunch of massage. You'll see the buccal work will go inside the mouth. We're gonna do some microcurrent, which is like gym for your face, hence the Pilates portion. Red light therapy, cold cryotherapy, and beautiful skincare at the end.
Oh, wow, incredible. Okay, so I think we're listing some of them there, but talk about what the main benefits are.
Main benefits are really to help relax the face and neck. We've had so many treatments with the body. The body's had enough time. Let's work on our face structure, our neck structures. So this is really beneficial for people who hold tension in our face. You're gonna see a lot of people have TMJ pain. There's like pain in our jaw, in our neck, headaches. So this is to help improve circulation, decrease any puffiness through lymphatic drainage. This is a great way to naturally detox, and ultimately a great alternative for injections.
Okay.
All right, so who would you recommend try? I know it sounds good, right? So Thom, who would you recommend try this then?
Really anyone who's suffering from that TMJ pain, but also somebody who's looking for a more natural way to get a cleaner aspect in their wellness. We're working from the inside out, from structures on the inside to get a better result on the outside. If we work better on the inside, we trickle down effect, we'll see everything better on the outside.
Okay, we love that. Okay, so we want to see this in action. You're gonna walk us through some Pilates steps. And so this is, you're gonna walk us through some Face Pilates steps, and I'm gonna be your model.
Yes.
Okay, I'm excited about this. So, okay, if we don't have time for a full 75-minute, we actually don't right now, but that's actually what you would do, is full 75, 8-step massage, but you're gonna demo some key steps on me that you could potentially do at home. Andrea's gonna follow along with her toolkit. So where do we start?
We're gonna start with some fascial stretch therapy. We're gonna use the Pilates ball. Again, Pilates in the name.
All right.
So this is really gonna help really release any of the tension that we're holding through our fascia. Fascia is connective tissue. So we're gonna place it in 3 areas on our face: jawline, cheekbone, and brow bone. So I'm gonna show you. So what I would do is we would hook onto our skin here and lift up. So you're gonna start seeing a stretch. So you're looking for a nice deep stretch.
So I'm looking for that cheekbone and then roll up.
Roll up, baby, all the way up higher.
Okay, it's, you know what? I'm feeling a little bit of pain. Is that normal?
Please, feel it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I'm feeling relaxed.
Yeah.
Is it relaxing?
Yeah.
I feel a sharp pain. What does that mean, Thom? Am I... Is something wrong with me? Am I broken?
Well, you might be just a little bit too tight, so come on in and I'll give you a treatment.
Say less, say less. All right, so reflexology with wands would be step 2, but you're gonna take us into step 3, which is the gua sha and facial cupping part of the treatment.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit of cream, just some cosmetics right here. So what we're gonna be doing is working with the gua sha tool. So gua sha is really great for lymphatic drainage. We know this in Chinese medicine. So what this is doing, we're gonna put it on a 45-degree angle, and we're just gonna be sliding across the skin. And you're gonna wanna come down the neck, so down the neck structure, because we wanna actually bring the fluid down our lymph nodes so that they drain properly.
It feels really nice.
That feels really nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's smooth. I like it.
Just trying to figure out how you ended up sitting in the chair and I'm doing this to myself. Whatever.
How did you get this spot?
We'll discuss that later. All right. So a full face buccal massage. Oh, sorry.
Before we do this,
we have one more.
We have one more. We have cupping. So this is my favorite part because this is a more deeper version of gua sha. You're gonna get the deeper structures of the lymphatic in here. So, okay, so
how does
people.
That feel?
Okay, so people always say cupping. Am I gonna be spots? No, you're not gonna look like a Dalmatian.
I'm nervous.
No, there's no spots on here. It's a different type of cupping. So do you feel it feels like an octopus is sucking your face?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It feels really nice. Oh.
I like this.
Yeah, so we're gonna continue doing this in motions that our face structures work in.
Yeah.
So on an upward motion.
I like this.
Are you into it?
Yeah, I'm totally into this. That's really good.
I can't stop thinking about Scott Thompson now and his comment about the...
As I have half my face sucked into this. Thank you, Cynthia.
Oh,
thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so a full face buccal massage would be next, but let's get into some fun stuff. The microcurrent.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
What are we doing
So this
next?
is truly gym for your face.
Okay.
So what this is gonna do is it's gonna tighten and tone and lift the muscles into the positions that they're actually designed to be in our anatomical shape.
Okay.
So it's not gonna hurt.
All right.
But it's kind of tickly, kind of prickly, more magnetic over anything.
Okay.
And you'll see.
Okay.
You know, just let's do it. Okay, so we turn it on.
Oh, okay, so it feels a little bit like, there's a tingling aspect I feel, related to like the way my breasts felt when I would have a letdown when I had milk inside of them. I'm not kidding you. It's like a tingling feeling.
This is something I could never relate to.
Slightly electrifying, but it doesn't hurt at all. It actually feels really nice.
Yeah.
So what is that electrical current?
So that current is... No, show camera, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, look at that, look at that. Do you see that?
So to me, that's a weak muscle right there.
Oh.
So we're gonna be strengthening these muscles here. So we can't go to the gym to strengthen our face.
Yeah, okay.
So this is what's gonna help us.
I'm not doing that, guys.
So this is how you strengthen those muscles.
Yeah, and this is gonna be a real full body workout.
Okay, and you do this the entire face, not just around
baby,
your mouth.
yeah.
Okay, so how would you end a face Pilates session at the spa?
Yeah, so if you take a look, the next step is actually red light therapy.
Okay.
So we would use red light therapy next, following the next steps. So this is great for contrast therapy. Okay. So we want to do a little bit of heat, and then we'll end with some cold cryotherapy, which is this device here.
Okay.
This is a cold time.
Oh, that feels so
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, that does feel nice.
This is really, really luxurious.
Oh my gosh, I'm putting this one down. This does feel nice. Ooh, that feels good. If you have perimenopause, you need this in your life.
The same thing.
This is so good. All right, so for those people who can't make it to the spa, is there anything they can do at home?
Totally. So you can buy a couple of these tools online. They're very accessible online through online purchasing. I would say definitely grab yourself a Pilates ball, something that is handheld like this. 1 pounder is perfect. So you can really be in the mirror and really start moving that structure.
Yeah.
Like you want to go deep. Like I couldn't get really that deep on you because we're sitting, but you want to feel what she was feeling.
Yeah, no, there's a pain that was right there.
Yeah.
It was intense. I gotta work on my face. I gotta go see Thom.
All right.
You gotta work on my face.
I gotta balance out my face too. I'm gonna be seeing you too.
I know.
That's right.
Listen, Thom, thank you so much for stopping by. This was fantastic.
Yeah, of course.
Face Pilates. Now we know after the break, novelist and neuroscientist Lisa Genova tells us about her new book. Stay with us. No, I'm telling you, as soon as I went here, I was like...
Here at The Social, looking fresh and feeling fierce is always in style.
I understood the assignment, honey. Yes, you can.
From the runway to your way.
Cozy and casual, loves it.
Oh, I love the monochromatic again.
If this outfit isn't Mel, I don't know what is.
Learn how to rock the latest trends.
A cargo wide leg hybrid. That sounds so good. Doesn't she look amazing?
We're stepping up the glam from head to toe.
Oh, yes. Hello.
Explore your own unique style.
Clearly, I'm feeling myself.
Weekdays on The Social.
Welcome back. Our next guest is a best-selling author and Harvard-trained neuroscientist known for fiction that not only pulls at the heartstrings, but educates about brain function and compassion.
Well, her debut novel was adapted into the Oscar-winning film Still Alice. It was an emotional look at Alzheimer's. And now she's taking on mental illness in her latest book, More or Less Maddy. Please welcome back to The Social, Lisa Genova. Welcome
Good
back.
to have you here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Okay, so your new book, More or Less Maddy, is an emotional roller coaster. Can you give us just a little bit? Just tell us a little about the story.
All right. So our main character, Maddy, is 21 years old. She's a freshman at NYU, just starting to figure out who she is as an independent adult, aside from the rules and opinions of the house she grew up in. And she goes back to school her sophomore year and is depressed. She's having a hard time functioning, focusing on class, wanting to do anything that she used to like. She actually is at risk of being kicked out of school because her grades have dropped so much.
Okay.
So in a panic, she goes to the health center to ask for some excuses and extensions, and they give her that, but they also give her an antidepressant. Now, if what had been going on in her brain was unipolar depression, that antidepressant might have helped, but what is going on in her brain is bipolar disorder, and so that antidepressant launches her into her first manic episode. So the story is about really her journey of trying to figure out the distinction between I am bipolar and I have bipolar.
Ooh, that is big.
Yeah.
So we said off the top of the show, you're not just an author, you're also a neuroscientist.
Yeah.
So what is it that we can learn about our brains through your novels that, you know, you wouldn't be able to just read through a textbook, let's say.
Yeah, well, that's exactly why I do this really weird thing that a neuroscientist should do, right? Why am I writing novels? You know, it started with my grandmother who had Alzheimer's, and I did read everything I could find about it. So I read the scientific research journals, I read the textbooks, I read the how to care for, like the 36-hour day, and they were helpful to a point, but I was left wondering, what does it feel like to have this from her point of view? And then also empathy. So I had tons of sympathy for her. I felt so bad for her, so heartbroken for her, but I wasn't really comfortable enough around her Alzheimer's to feel with her. And that's the distinction between sympathy and empathy. And fiction gives us the chance to go there. Fiction gives us the chance to walk in someone else's shoes, to imagine what it feels like to be someone very different than you. And that's where we can gain empathy.
You go deep.
Brilliant.
Ooh. So, you know, over your career, you've written about disorders like Alzheimer's. You've written about brain injury, autism, ALS. This is your first novel about a classified mental illness. And so what is it about writing about mental illness that perhaps is a little bit different than, let's say, writing about ALS?
Yeah, you know, I think that there's a certain amount of stigma and shame that is, and fear and misinformation that is attached to anything that's going on from the neck up. Like if you've got a neurological issue and people aren't familiar with what you've got, they shy away from you pretty quickly. There's a lot of isolation and alienation that can go along with this. But if what you have is called mental illness, I think there's another layer of dismissiveness and distrust and fear that's piled upon you. And you know what? There's no neurological, neurobiological, neurochemical reason to carve out certain conditions and call them mental illness. This is just a made-up term. And I don't think it's doing anyone service.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so was there something new or interesting that you discovered in your research for this book about bipolar disorder?
Yeah, I think so. I do a lot of research. I take my homework super seriously. So I read everything I could about bipolar. I interviewed the world's thought leaders, like psychiatrists, psychologists who treat and research this. And then the real experts are the people who live with it and their families, loved ones. I think that I was guilty of a certain level of judgment around people going off their meds. Like you'd hear of someone who has a manic episode and they end up in jail or hospitalized, and the person will share like, well, he went off his meds. And the sort of quick judgment was, well, then they brought this on themselves. And one of the things I came to really appreciate is how hard it is to stay on these medications. None of the medications for bipolar disorder are designed for this illness. These are drugs that are borrowed from other illnesses, serendipitously discovered. They're not specific, so we have tons of really difficult side effects. And there's no blood test, no brain scan to diagnose someone with bipolar. It's based on a conversation with a doctor you've never met before. So over time, it makes a lot of sense to me that someone would say, you know what, maybe I don't have this, or maybe I'm okay, maybe I've outgrown it, maybe I was just, you know, I wasn't getting any sleep, maybe I was just sleep deprived, and that's why I had this breakdown. So the experiment of trying going off feels very reasonable to me, and so I have a lot more space for grace and compassion when I hear that someone has done that now.
That's really, really interesting to hear. Yeah, that's really interesting. And you've already mentioned this a little bit, and even in your last answer, but empathy and representation, they both play a really important process in your writing and in your characters as well, and the audience. So, you know, when it comes to your characters and the audience you're writing for, can you weave that into us? Like, why are those two things in particular so important?
Yeah, so for the people who live with any of these things, so if we're talking bipolar, like for folks who live with this, I want this story, I want them to feel seen and heard and understood and validated on the pages, right? Because it's like, again, they're so ignored, misunderstood, feared. Like this is a chance to see the humanity, the human condition underneath the neurological condition, right? So I want them to feel seen. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And then for the folks who aren't familiar with it, who've maybe shied away from it or just haven't had any experience with folks with bipolar, this is a chance to to read the felt experience. Like, you're not gonna just know something about bipolar, you're gonna feel a lot in this book. And that felt experience is gonna lend to having empathy and compassion, which then allows you to be a better fellow human when you come across someone with it.
All right, so we have to talk about your debut novel, which was Still Alice. Of course, it went on to be adapted into an Oscar-winning film with an all-star cast. Julianne Moore, Kristen Stewart, Alec Baldwin, and Kate Bosworth. Why do you think that story was so profound, had such a profound impact on the audience?
I think for some of the same reasons. Again, like if you have any neurological condition, say it's Alzheimer's, and there's millions of people who have that, millions of people dealing with bipolar as well. Like, there's so much stigma and shame and judgment and fear around it that people tend to get isolated. They keep it secret, right? And secrecy breeds more shame. And so they're going through it alone. And feeling lonely on top of the burdens of these challenges is really tough and unnecessary. So I think that the book and then the movie beyond that has really given people permission to talk about it openly. It's this vehicle for open conversation that invites people back into community and feeling like they can still belong.
Which is fantastic. So I'm just curious, are there any other books that are in development to hit the big screen anytime soon?
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
you
yeah.
are? Okay.
Yeah. So 4 of my books are in development.
What?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
So we've got Left Neglected, Every Note Played, Inside the O'Briens, and More or Less Maddy are on their way to the screen.
Wow. Congratulations. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, I love when we have a neuroscientist here, and we want to leave with news we can use outside of course, getting the book and reading it.
Okay.
So brain health.
Yeah.
What is one tip as a neuroscientist you can leave us with today as to how we can keep our brains as healthy as possible?
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, certainly follow me on social media because I'm all about that. But sleep, I think, is one of the ones I take the most seriously based on the data. There's lots of data to tell us that sleep is not just a state of doing nothing. You're very biologically busy. So you want 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night whenever you can. And whenever you can do that, you are optimizing your brain health and memory today and reducing your risk of developing Alzheimer's in the future.
Ooh,
big.
Okay. I'm going to bed, 9 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much for stopping by, and congratulations once again on your newest novel.
Thank you.
More or Less Maddy is out now. And studio audience, guess what? You're all going home with your very own copy today. Enjoy. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back. Congratulations. That's it. 4 movies.
On The Social, Carly Ostroff is back to tell us what ingredients to look for in our skincare and why they each make a big impact on our beauty routine. Also, how to get started on your vegetable garden. It's going to save you money, and also you get to grow your own food, right? So this is going to be really interesting. And we want to remind you, next Tuesday, that will be the Tuesday after the Monday, which is Met Gala. See how days of the week work? We are going to be having our Met Gala after show here, and I am so excited. Are you guys excited?
It's one of our favorite shows of the year because we get to like watch the fashion, and again, it's always based around a theme, and people come out, they dress their best, and always like,
but we also get to dress up.
We get to dress up
too. We get to dress up.
That's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
And Tyrone Edwards from E-Talk is gonna be joining us.
Yes.
Great.
Oh, that's. I hear he's all right.
Yeah.
I hear he's all right. Hey, everybody, if you're watching us here, which we love, you can also catch us on Crave. And did you know we also put the whole show on YouTube? And if you are on YouTube, which everybody is these days, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you'll never miss anything that is posted up there as well. And the conversation ends here, but we always remind you the conversation never ends online. So we are on all of the social media platforms, so you can get us there. Oh, wait, except X. But anyway, we don't have to talk about that. So catch us there. So the show ends now, but we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.